The Open happening at Royal Birkdale, a big week for the Open qualifying series. Final qualifying happening across 5 sites on Tuesday. 15 spots secured today. By the way, 3 spots up for grabs amongst the top 10 who are not already exempt at the Dubai Duty-Free Irish Open. 4 spots available amongst the top 12 not already exempt at the PGA Tour's Greenbrier Classic as well. But want to get to that final qualifying that happened today. And we begin at Gales Links. And there you see there was a playoff, and Ryan McCarthy wins that playoff for that 3rd and final spot. Now we move to Woburn, and a familiar name there being Ian Poulter. He qualifies for the Open, and Shiv Kapoor from India is your medalist in this final qualifying site. And as we bring it out and talk to Trip Eisenhower and Matt Adams once again, there we go, Ian Poulter. What does it mean to have Ian Poulter, who's from England, at the Open, which will be held in England? What does it mean?
Well, certainly he played well here the last time it was here. So, you know, anytime you get to play in a major championship, let's remember he missed the Masters and the U.S. Open. So at least he's back in major championships. But I want to rewind a little bit to April when he missed the cut at the Valero Texas Open and thought he had lost his playing privileges on the PGA Tour and looked like he was going to have to try to focus on Europe to get his status back in Europe and then try to get status for the U.S. But thanks to Brian Gay and a little point snafu, he ended up being eligible for the Players' Championship and keeping his status. And guess what he did? He finished 2nd there. So he's played well in a big event so far this year. Let's see if he can play well again at Royal Birkdale.
He qualified today in his home course, and you asked the question of what does it mean? I believe that Ian Poulter, what he means particularly to his native country of England, is that he represents the hope and he represents the dream. Because you have to remember, this is a guy that clawed his way up through the professional ranks in the game. I mean, literally from the point of folding sweaters in the golf shop. In fact, the first golf shop that he was an assistant in, the head professional made him pay full greens fees to compete. So he has worked his way to a point where he has won 12 times in the European Tour and 2 times on the PGA Tour. So I think for Ian Poulter and for the people of, again, England, they're very excited that he's going to be in this Open Championship. And as you noted, in 2008, he finished 2nd to Padraig Harrington there. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah, you combine that with the fact that, as you mentioned, he's playing, he's showing some form.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? He might be in the mix come Sunday afternoon. All right, let's show you some more qualifying sites. The results there, we begin with Hillside, or get back to Hillside rather, and Hayden McCullen is your medalist there. He from England. He's being joined by McCarthy and Hodkinson, also from England. They'll be in the field at the Open. Also at Notts Hollingwell, Mark Foster, and Joe Dean finished 10 under, and they will be there along with Laurie Cantor. And our final qualifier in Deal England, Matthew Southgate. He shoots a 65. He makes it. And Austin Connolly, he wins a playoff for that 3rd and final spot to get into Royal Birkdale. Tonight on Golf Channel, School of Golf, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, what a treat we have for you. Lee Trevino, a 2-time Open champion, and Gary Player, a 3-time winner of the Open, discuss what it means to hold the claret jug and Chronicles of a Champion Golfer. Here's a sneak peek of what you'll see.
To touch this claret jug is very special. It's a very special thing. But it's even more special when you touch it and you know it belongs to you. That's what's really exciting about it.
Thank you very much.
In 1971, when I left there, was the first time I really felt deep down that I belonged. I've arrived. I'm one of the guys.
I couldn't wait to put on my white suit, wash my hands and face and comb my hair and look respectable and just enjoy the moment. It's something special, something very, very special. The Open Championship trophy is something that you die with.
Rory McIlroy is an Open champion, but this week he's busy hosting the Irish Open in his home country. Coming up, we will show you the powerful threesome he's a part of and look back on how he was able to win last year. Plus, we will show you how a community and a state rallied together to bring the PGA Tour back to the Greenbrier Resort after a tragic flood washed away last year's event. A compelling and emotional story from our Tim Rosaport coming up.